Hello students, welcome back to the online classes of science. This is your Naima Miss. In this class we have learned that the air exerts pressure, isn't it? The air exerts pressure. So in today's class we will learn about air expands on heating. Does the air expands on heating or not? So for that we are going to do one activity. What is that? We are going to take two empty injection bottles. Okay, we are just simply gonna take two empty injection bottles and one empty ball pen. Ball pen in the sense refill, isn't it? We are just going to take a simple refill. So first what we are going to do, we are just going to remove the nib of the refill and insert it in the one of its insert one of its end into the cork of the injection bottle. Okay, as shown here, just simply we are going to insert the injection refill into the injection bottle. Then put a water drop on the end of the refill. Simply what we are doing, we are just putting end at the end of the refill, we are putting one water drop. Then rub the bottle with both your hands. You're just going to first rub your hands nicely. There is some heat produced in your hands, isn't it? Just simply rub your hands and just give your warmth of your hand to the bottle. Okay, just rub your hands, keep your hands to the take the bottle into your hands, and whatever heat is there, it will go into the bottle, isn't it? So rub your hands together so that they become warm. Carefully put up the bottle and hold it in both your hands for some time so that the bottle absorbs the heat which is coming out of your hand and becomes warm. So what will happen? The water drop inflate in the refill. What will happen? The water drop will inflate in the refill. This is because the air in the bottle due to the heat supplied by the hands. So whatever heat we are supplying, what is happening? The gas is filled. Whatever warm we are giving, the heat which is passed from our hands, what will happen? It will just move and it will give up the heat. Whatever the gas, whatever is present here, will get expanded. It will expand, and here you can see there is an inflate formed in the refill. That is, a gas is formed in the refill. Okay, so I hope it is clear. So let us know what happens on heating air. How is the pressure related to this? It is important to remember that on heating, the air expands and occupies more space. As I already said you, the air when it expands, that is when it is heated, it gets expanded. The air expands on heating, isn't it? Then when something occupies more space, it becomes less dense, isn't it? When it occupies more space, it will become less dense. The warm air is therefore less dense than the cold air. Whatever the cold air is there, cold air, that is more dense. Okay, it is more dense, it is having more weight. Okay, whereas hot air, it is less dense, it is less dense, it occupies less weight. Okay, the warm air therefore less dense than the cold air, thus smoke and air go up. That is because they are having less weight, the smoke, the gas, whatever is there, it can go up into the atmosphere. Okay, then similar to the observations of activities done so far, numerous factors contribute to heat air. When the air rises up, air pressure at the place becomes low. Whenever air rises up, the pressure becomes low. Pressure becomes low. Okay, whenever air rises up, the pressure at the place becomes low, and we have many kinds of winds as air comes into occupy areas of low pressure. The differential heating of land and water by sun leads to the land breeze and the sea breeze. Okay, we will that learn in the our further chapter. Now, as I said, hot air is lighter than the cold air. That is, hot air is having less weight when compared to the cold air. How it is, that also we will learn. To prove this, we will do one activity. Is it clear till here, children? So let us go with the next property. What I said is cold air comparing to the hot air. How hot air is less denser than the cold air. You see what we are doing here? We will take one stick. Okay, to one of the stick, what we are going to do, we are going to take this. First of all, this is the stick. What it is? This is the stick. Okay, and you are going to tie with a thread. This is the thread. Okay, just take a thread and tie to paper cups. Paper cups, what we use for drinking tea and all, no, use and throw cups. Simply take that. Okay, simply we are taking paper cups. Okay, and you're just tying this at the center. You're just tying one thread to have a balance, like a balance. Okay, weighing machine balance is there na. Simply you're going to hold the thread like this. Simply you're going to hold the thread like this, and you will see that both the cups are at the same, equal distance, equal height. Take two paper cups or empty paper cups of the same size. Then take a broomstick. Just hang the two bags. Just hang the two bags of these two bags in the inverted position on the two ends of the brown stick. Then tie a piece of thread in the middle of the stick. Hold the stick by the thread like a weighing balance. Then just put a burning candle below one of the bags. Simply we are going to put a burning candle below one of the below one of the cup. Simply we are going to put a burning candle below one of the cup. Then what you will observe? You will observe that we have used paper bags or the cups as they are lightweighted, isn't it? And it would be easier to see the results of this experiment if we take any such light objects to hang on the thread. Now what is happening? The balance of the bags is disturbed. Okay, that means here you can see the when the candle is burning, some air is exerted and this moves up. Okay, and this cup moves up and this cups come down like this. It will come like this. This is your cup. Okay, these cups will have positions something like that. Okay, they will simply move up. Okay children, the balance will be something like this. That means you can see the difference here. Okay, this cup has moved up because of this candle. Okay, this cup has moved up because of this candle. Understood? Because of this candle, the cup has moved up. Because why this has happened? Because there is some air pressure. Air has been, gas has been released here, which has entered into the cup and it moved the cup up. Similarly, if you see the balloon also, children, what will happen? The balloon simply, it releases out the gas. Whenever it's filled with gas, what will happen? Balloon is filled with gas. Balloon filled with gas. What will happen? It moves up, isn't it? It moves up, isn't it? It moves in upward direction. Why? Because the gas is very lightweight. Because gas is lightweight. Because the gas is lightweight, it will allow the object or the balloon to move in the upward direction. Okay, I hope this is clear. Shall we learn more about it? We will take a balloon. Okay, just blow air into the balloon and you will observe the balloon has occupied by the air. Isn't it? The balloon is being occupied by the air. It is filled by the air. So what is happening when you are pressing it? When you are pressing the balloon, what is happening? The balloon is just had become very tight, isn't it? It has become harder to press the balloon. It is very harder to press the balloon. Why do you think? Because the air inside the balloon exerts pressure on the walls of the balloon. Whatever air is present inside the balloon, air present inside the balloon exerts pressure on the walls of the balloon. What is happening? Whatever air is being blown into this is creating pressure on the walls of the balloon. Okay, so air which is being produced inside the balloon is exerting pressure on the walls of the balloon. Okay, as we already know, air moves in many directions, so it is called as wind, isn't it? Air moves from the region of low pressure to the higher pressure. How you can say that? Higher pressure to the lower pressure. Air pressure is high to the region where the pressure is low. The greater the difference in pressure, the faster the air moves. Suppose, for example, the air, if you are now opening, if you open the mouth like this, you see that air moves very faster out of the balloon. Air moves very fast out of the balloon. How it is happening? Because here you can see there is a lot of air present inside the balloon, isn't it? Then you can say that this is having high pressure, high air pressure, isn't it? It is having very high air pressure. Now the area outside the balloon is having low air pressure, isn't it? It is having very low air pressure. Now what it is going to do, the air from the high area of pressure, air pressure, is coming out with very high speed. Okay, that means the area of the air always move from the high air pressure to low air pressure. Okay, it always move from high air pressure to the low air pressure. So the more the difference, if it is more difference, that is the area of low pressure is having very low and the area of high pressure air is having a lot of air, then the difference, like, movement is very fast. Okay, movement is very fast. This movement is nothing but wind. Okay, for example, we take this one, incense stick. What it is? Agarbatti. Incense stick, agarbatti. So as I said, we will just take an agarbatti. Okay, that is incense stick. Okay, we are just lighting it up. We are lighting it up. Now what is happening? The incense stick is lighting up and the dense fumes will be coming out of the stick, isn't it? Smoke will be coming out. Now what is happening? You can observe that the warm air rises up. What will happen? The warm air will rise up. Now why the air is rising up? Why the warm air rises up? Because we have learnt in our previous class that the air gets expands on heating, isn't it? The air gets expand on heating. Air gets expand on heating. Now when the air is getting expand on heating, that means it becomes very less lightweight. Yes, it becomes lightweight, isn't it? It becomes lightweight, that is less dense. When it has becomes less dense, it moves into upward direction, isn't it? Upward direction it will start moving. Yes, that means the warm air is therefore less dense and the cold air is the more denser, isn't it? But it is moving in upward direction. That means that the air is very low weight, less weight, isn't it? When it is coming into downward direction, then you can say that it is very high, more weight, isn't it? So as it is moving into upward direction, you can say that the air is very less weight, less denser. Okay. So as I said, next topic we will learn like how is what is happening when when the air is heated. I said already the air get expands, okay, and occupies more space, isn't it? So we will learn how the land breeze and sea breeze develop. You know, land breeze means whatever air which is coming out of the land, which comes during the daytime, and sea breeze is the breeze, that is air which is coming out, cool air which is coming out of the sea at the night time. See, when the air rises up, the air at the air pressure at the place becomes low. When the air rises up, the air pressure becomes low. Air pressure becomes low. Okay, air pressure becomes low. We have many kinds of winds as air comes into occupy airs of lower pressure. The difference of differential heating of land and water by the sun leads to the land and sea breeze. So what is happening? The land heats up faster than the sea. So warm air rises over the land during the day as it is warmed by the sun. So what is happening? The warm air which is arising from uh, the land heats up. So what is happening? The land easily, you know, produces heat because it absorbs the sunlight, isn't it? So the land heats up faster than the sea. So, warm air rises up over the land during the day as it is warmed by the sun. At certain times of a year, this can create a sea breeze, which is a gentle breeze blowing into the land. Okay, so at certain time, what will happen in the time of years, like in the winter season and all, what is happening? A cool breeze is coming, isn't it? You see near the sea coast areas, you have that, you know, at night times you will observe the cool air coming out of the night times. Okay, and why that happens? Because of this cool breeze which is coming out of the sea, okay, and blowing into the lands. At night the land cools faster. So as in daytime as a daytime the land heats faster. Similarly, at night time the land cools also very faster. The land cools also very faster. Okay, so what is happening? Reversing the air flow. Then this creates a land breeze that blows out to the sea. Okay, so what will happen? This allow the air breeze to blow out to the sea, isn't it? So with this, I hope you have understood the topic, and thank you for watching. Do wait for the next video. Until then, take care. Thank you.